Hello, everybody. Happy hump day. It's Wednesday. Welcome to Crypto Coin Mindset. I am Keith. And as always, let's get these up here. I am here to help you get your mindset on crypto. Yep, that's why I'm here. Because I think more and more and more and more as we move day after day, you need to get your mindset on crypto because, oh my God, just because. Man, anyway, welcome. Appreciate having you here. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. Tick that bell icon, click the all. That way you get notified every time I go live and put out a great video. Live every Monday, Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern, Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern for Crypto on the Rocks. That's what's up next. We had a great Crypto on the Rocks last week, and I look forward to having all of you in there this week and more. Bring your friends. It just makes the conversation better. Just does. And you guys control that conversation. You come in and you put in your questions in the live chat. You can join me live talking, and we've had various guests on, and it does enhance the conversation. So plan for that this Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, Crypto on the Rocks. All right, enough of that. Oh, don't forget to smash up that like button. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. So what the? Oh, this thing's glitching out on me already. Here we go. Live streams. How was your Halloween last night? Mine was relatively uneventful. I think my grandkids had a great time from everything I could see. So I mean that's what Halloween's for, right? For the kids. Even though I know some adults go ahead and celebrate. Some people, that's their favorite holiday of the year. And I don't mind Halloween, but it's definitely not my favorite holiday of the year. I'll tell you what, guess what my favorite holiday of the year is? Put it in the live chat. Maybe I'll, if you're correct, maybe I don't know, give something away to you. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe crypto, right? Why not? Why not? All right. So let's see if you can guess. Anyway, let's talk markets first. But we're going to talk about some rumors today. Also, we got the FOMC meeting today. I'm not going to touch on that too much. I mean, it is what it is. But we're going to touch on markets first. But then we're going to talk about these rumors going around about a potential date for an ETF approval. I don't know that it's so much a date for the approval as it may be the catalyst to an approval. But we'll talk more about that, and whatever else you put in there, I'll answer your questions. So make sure you put that any questions in the live chat. All right, let's start out with a look at CoinGecko and the current pricing. Matter of fact, let me refresh that page. And here we go. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make that full screen so you can easily or more easily see the numbers as they are as we speak. So Bitcoin, 34,592. So basically 34,600. It did touch the 35,000, the 35K mark. However, it pretty much rejected right off of that down back into this zone. And excuse me. And, this is a good zone holding here with regard to Bitcoin. I mean, we saw pumps after the false tweet by Cointelegraph. We saw a pump after people noticed the BlackRock spot ETF listing on the DTCC website. And yeah, it went up, came down, but I mean, it's kind of still held that higher mark every time it goes up. So, BTC is holding pretty steady, if you ask me. Let's look at Ethereum, 1803. You know what? good. I mean, Ethereum, I think, is going to go up a lot higher when this bull cycle comes in. But for the longest time, Ethereum was holding in that $1,600 mark. So we're up over $200 more than what that was. BNB holding pretty steady around that $225 mark. Or, barely any movement there. XRP showing a big move up over the last 7 days, over 8.5%, and up over 60 cents. So for those of you who have been like a part of the XRP army and are hodling XRP, you're being rewarded for that hodling and stacking the sats, as it were, with XRP. Now, Solana, I can't not talk about Solana. They've made a lot of recent partnerships. You may have noticed partnership with AWS, the Amazon Web Services, and also the Google. Welcome to the live stream. Google Cloud. So, lots of partnerships there. Again, we haven't seen any recent downtime. I think it's probably been at least 6 months at this point. But again, they're up over 21%, almost 21.5% over the last 7 days, 10% in the last 24 hours, and just under $40 per Solana. So, again, not a fan. Don't hold any. Probably will never hold any. But here it is, doing very well. All right, Cardano, ADA. I'm a Cardano fan, and we've seen a pump in Cardano. It was up over 30 cents there for a little while. It's come down, as you can see, 1.2% in the last 24 hours, but still up just under 3% over the week, holding steady in that 29-cent range. Still a great buying opportunity for Cardano. Let's see, Chainlink, a lot of activity lately. I kind of would not have expected to see Chainlink down overall, about 1.5% in the last week, 2.5% over the last 24 hours. But still, in my opinion, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, old guy on the interwebs. Still a good buy for Chainlink. Matic, I like Matic, pretty steady around that 63-cent mark. Litecoin, again, fan of Litecoin here, down about just under 2.5%. Bitcoin at 67. Bitcoin Cash, again, 240, down over 6% over the last 7 days, about 1% over the last 24 hours, 240. And AVAX. A lot of interesting news with AVAX recently. Check out my Twitter feed to learn more about that. But pretty steady over the last week, up 6.7% last 7 days, down 2.5% over the last 24 hours. Around that $11 mark is where it's pretty much been. Stellar, XLM. I like Stellar. It's part of our DCA options on Crypto on the Rocks. So make sure that you are here Friday, 7 p.m. for Crypto on the Rocks. And you get a chance to vote for what we DCA into this week. Actually, you're going to get two options because I'll explain that more on Crypto on the Rocks again this week. But we got some catching up to do. So Stellar right there, holding pretty steady in that 12-cent mark, up around 6% over the last 7 days, down not much, about 1% here in the last hour, but that's nothing. Monero, I am a fan of Monero, you know that. XMR is up about 8.5% over the last 7 days, and I see that only continuing to grow. Again, privacy coins are going to be very important as we move forward, and XMR, biggest privacy coin there is. All right, let's scroll a little bit more here. HBAR, another one of the DCA options for Crypto on the Rocks, holding pretty much steady in that 5% range. I mean, these fluctuations are nothing, all things being equal. with regard to Hedera Hashgraph, HBAR. Then we're talking quant, also on the DCA list. Matter of fact, I will be DCAing into quant today. When you guys vote on Fridays, Crypto on the Rocks, I do my DCA on Wednesday of the following week. So that's today, and I'll be doing that after I'm done with this live stream. So right now, quant up 2% over the last 7 days, but down about 1% over the last 24 hours. So keep coming down. I want to get the best buy-in price possible with regard to them. I think that's about where we're going to go. Caspa, if Jar was here, maybe we talk about that, but I don't expect Jar to be joining us today. Matter of fact, speaking of which, I'm getting messages now from them. Hopefully, for those who don't know, hold on, wait 1 second here. Let me get myself back up on the screen here. There we go. For those who don't know, myself, Crypto Jar, and FF Financial Failure have started on a separate venture, new channel, Matrix Money podcast. And every Tuesday, pretty much we are live on the Matrix Money podcast. And I can't find the logo right now, so sorry. Otherwise I put it up on the screen. But the link to go ahead and follow that channel is in the description of this live stream, so go ahead and follow that. Basically, we're trying to combine our efforts, talk to the newbies in the space to help you develop the skills you need to operate here in the cryptocurrency space as safely and effectively as possible. So at this point, we're just starting the channel. I mean, it's like literally we've done 2. One was a premiere the first week, and yesterday we were live. So again, link to that channel. Love it if you go show some support over there. Appreciate that very much. Very much. All right. So let's jump in to why we are here. So is a spot ETF, Bitcoin ETF close? Lawyer hints at the possibility. Look, lots of rumors, lots of speculation. I'm going to guess that anybody on YouTube, for the most part, doesn't know 100%. I'm not claiming to know 100%. But I do believe we should go ahead and talk about this possibility and see what this guy's got to say and connect some dots here. Because quite frankly, I think there are a lot of breadcrumbs that show not only the direction we're coming in, but potentially the timeline. Now, if you've been in this channel for any length of time, you know that I've been saying that I believe, again, not a financial advisor, old guy interwebs. But I've been saying for a while that I think the spot Bitcoin ETF approval is going to come before 2024. And we're running out of time with that. We're here November 1st, right? What is this? Pumpvember, I think they call it. I don't know. I never subscribed to any of those particular titles with regard to the crypto space. I think October was Uptober or whatever. And like I said, I think this is supposed to be Pumpvember. Whatever. I don't know. I don't see that even matters, to be quite frank with you. Hey, Crypto Jar. Happy November. Thank you, man. Well, I appreciate you being here. Thanks a lot. I was just saying, I don't think Jar's showing up today. He's got things going on. I know you're on the road and all that kind of stuff, so I didn't think you were showing up. So yes, happy November to you, sir. Hopefully you had fun with the kids trick-or-treating last night. And welcome. Appreciate you being in the live chat. So what we're talking about, let me bring this back a little bit bigger for you to see here, is pretty much talking on this article where a lawyer, and we're going to look at his actual tweet about this, basically saying that the closed door meeting that's actually happening at the SEC tomorrow, hang on one second. Oh, brother, no worries. Appreciate having you here in the chat. I when you make it, it's always a bonus. So thank you. I appreciate you even being here in the chat. Appreciate the support. Truly do. All right. So basically, he's putting out that he believes that because of what's being discussed or what's scheduled to be discussed in this closed door meeting, November 2nd, which is tomorrow as of the recording of this live stream, that it may have repercussions on the spot Bitcoin ETF approval and the dates of that approval. So let's take a quick look at his actual tweet here. Give me 1 second to pull that up right here. That should be it. Here we go. Scott Johnson. Okay. And matter of fact, you know what? Let me follow that guy. Basically, I believe this is the first closed meeting of the commissioners since Grayscale appeal deadline expired and mandate was delivered. Agenda includes resolving litigation claims and admin proceedings. There were leaks out of the closed door meeting ahead of the blah. Say that 5 times fast. Well, I cannot. So there we go. Sometimes you just got to laugh when you get like tongue tied like that. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Anyway, let's keep scrolling down here. And he highlights a couple of things. Let me see if I can't bring that up. There we go. Basically, inflation, part of the subjects being discussed according to the notice here is, you know what? So I don't read it incorrectly. We'll put on my glasses here, and we're going to make this full screen for you to be able to see. So hang on. Here we go. Institution and settlement of administrative proceedings and resolution of litigation claims. Excuse me. Even with my glasses, I can't read. Damn it. Litigation claims. So what could they be discussing? He highlights the fact that they could be discussing the Grayscale transitioning from their trust into a spot Bitcoin ETF. And if you've been following this channel, you know that loss that the SEC took trying to fight that happened only a few weeks ago at this point. And basically, from the sounds of things, and I thought it had already happened, and maybe it was just recent, but the deadline for them to file an appeal is gone at this point. So winner, chicken dinner, unless they're going to find another reason, because they could still technically find another reason to deny the transition of this Grayscale trust into a spot Bitcoin ETF. Yeah, that's likely not going to happen. There's too much pressure, too many people with too much influence looking for spot Bitcoin ETFs. Sorry, just the facts. Just the facts. And beyond that, you've got potentially the final, well, actually, that's already gone, isn't it? The Ripple case. I was thinking those are the only real recent cases that have had any judgments against the SEC. That now it's like, now what do we do? So this gentleman, this lawyer is postulating, I'm guessing, I'm not trying to put words in his mouth, but from his tweet, it sounds to me very much like he is guesstimating that this will have an effect on the spot Bitcoin ETF approval. Now, does this mean that it's going to get approved tomorrow, the day of the meeting? I doubt that very highly. I still am very much positive about the fact and still maintain the fact that I believe, again, old guy, interwebs, what the hell do I know? But I believe that we're going to see it before 2024. So we got basically another 8 weeks because here we are, November 1, as Jar pointed out. Welcome to November. But I believe we still have that opportunity. And I'm not the only one that believes that. As a matter of fact, let me bring that up now. I don't know if you guys saw this here, but let's sorry about that. I think, yep, I think that's the one. There we go. Mike Novogratz, Galaxy. Oh my God, with being tongue-tied today. And the only thing I'm drinking right now was coffee and water. Join me for Crypto on the Rocks Friday night, 7 p.m. because I'm drinking more than coffee and water. And frankly, I think I make more sense after I've had a couple of those. I need water. Oh boy. Anyway, the head of Galaxy Digital, definitely Bitcoin bull, Mike Novogratz, been in the space. I mean, good Lord, I don't even know. Definitely Bitcoin hodler, Bitcoin supporter, has been forever. Also believes, as you can see here, that we'll see sorry about that. We'll see a spot Bitcoin ETF approval this year. So, you know what? I'll take it. I'm in good company with Mike Novogratz. That's the way I look at it. I mean, again, it's just what I see with the pressure being put on the SEC. You've got such big players looking for a spot Bitcoin ETF. And again, if nothing else, just the fact that BlackRock wants a spot Bitcoin ETF. Again, they've got their tentacles into everything. And as much as, again, not a fan of BlackRock, you know that if you've been here listening to any of my live streams, did an entire live stream about them. But because they're here, because they're looking at and wanting a spot Bitcoin ETF, the fact of the matter is we're going to be getting a spot Bitcoin ETF. And I have to believe that now that they're listed on the DTCC website, and we're gonna talk about another one that is listed just recently, and we're going to talk about that. They're able to start, filling the coffers. They're able to start buying BTC. And here's something I kind of want to put into perspective. We've seen the pumps we talked about at the beginning of this live stream, and hell, I did a live stream about it. Matter of fact, part of the first live stream that we did with the Matrix Money podcast was about the false tweet and what happened with the price of Bitcoin going up 10%, that. And every other time with anything Bitcoin ETF related, we see a pump in Bitcoin, and yes, it comes back down a little bit, but for the most part, it maintains a lot of those gains, and we saw that we're at around 34.5 right now. But here's the thing, it's not just about the price of Bitcoin. Don't get me wrong. I understand that the price action is what gets people excited. I get it. The price action is what gets people to FOMO in. And as a whole, that's where people's mindsets are at, is, the price action, the upward movement and possibility range for Bitcoin. And hey, I'm not saying that I'm not excited by that, because I'd be lying. I am not saying that that's not a very prominent piece of what goes on. But think about this when you're thinking about the price action. Bitcoin basically runs, or let me rephrase that. The price action basically runs on a supply and demand scenario, right? Over 19 million of the only 21 million Bitcoin that'll ever exist already exist. We're about to go through a halving, which is going to make that reward for mining Bitcoin even more scarce. So it's going to be cut in half. So you've got 19 million already done and circulated out of 21. You've got the rewards about to be cut in half April-ish at the halving. You have, like we've talked about, I mean, nobody knows the exact number, but estimates are about 4 to 5 million Bitcoin that are lost, never to be accessed again. And here we are at the end of 2023 with so little Bitcoin available and trillions of dollars on the sidelines waiting to enter via spot Bitcoin ETFs and other investments for other funds and so on and so forth that are coming. But let's just stick to the ETFs at this point, because in theory, or well, okay, again, my opinion, not financial advice, old guy interweb. I think we're going to see it before the end of the year. What do you imagine, just using supply and demand, is going to happen to the price of Bitcoin? Holy crap. Holy crap. Because all these big spot Bitcoin ETF people are going to be doing what? Fighting for, now, again, you've heard me say it before. I believe that, they've been kind of filling those coffers for a while. They've just been doing it on the QT, the download, the whatever you want to call it. But now they really need to load it up. And they're going to be fighting for the same limited supply of Bitcoin. So if you're thinking that you shouldn't be DCAing into Bitcoin and hodling Bitcoin, I don't know what to say. I just don't. I don't. But yep, I talk with people all the time that just can't wrap their head around it. And hey, that's why I'm here. That's literally why I'm here. If you want to hear it all, go back to my Monday live stream at 10. And I told you, I came here to help spread the word, to evangelize the cryptocurrency space. And right now it's about Bitcoin adoption, not only in a sense of, for governments and all this other stuff like El Salvador, that kind of thing, but by companies, countries, states, whatever, that are embracing Bitcoin mining and everything Bitcoin, basically, that, it's like very positive. for the outlook with Bitcoin. Again, why I'm focusing more on Bitcoin, but I do touch on those other altcoins because I see the potential for a lot of them. Matter of fact, keep an eye to this channel. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, tick that bell icon, click the all, because I got a bunch of shorts coming out that I actually put together a while ago, but I never listed them to go out. Sorry about that. Where I talk about and highlight the positive aspects of Bitcoin mining. So there's and I've changed. I should probably put that out there too. I've changed my publishing schedule. I'm still doing lives Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I am still looking to put out a regular weekly video on Thursday, but I've changed my shorts posting schedule. I was doing just Saturday. I am going to continue doing Saturday, but I am also adding in Tuesday. So Tuesday, Saturday for shorts now, starting this coming week. And I used to post a community post and poll or something like that on the community tab on Tuesdays. That's now changing Sunday. So basically, you can join me and this channel 7 days a week here on YouTube, some way, shape, or form. So watch for the shorts that I've got coming out, talking about Bitcoin mining, how it's actually good for the environment, good for, excuse me, good for helping developing countries. And again, they're shorts. It's going to give you the idea. And then I actually have the video linked, the entire, because it was a live stream I did. I took a lot of that information from, linked in the short. So go ahead and check that out. Okay, I'm getting a little off track here. Let's get back to it. Now I told you, excuse me, the allergies, man. Whew. That we got a new listing. Here we go. Galaxy has their listing. Here we go. Sorry, I'm trying to get it where you can see it. And matter of fact, let me make it full screen there for you. On the DTCC website, and they're listing their ticker right there, BTCO, BitCo, BTCO, right here. You can see it. That's awesome. So again, we're getting all of these ETF applicants getting their ticker listings on the DTCC website. I get it. It's in preparation, yada, yada. But you want to know what? It's coming. They all know it's coming. The SEC can't hold the floodgates back much longer. And again, I believe that's going to be part of what we're going to see before 2024. So just think about it. How many times do you go, or if you've been in the cryptocurrency space for a while, you know, you see family sometimes like Thanksgiving, right? Or Christmas, New Year's, that kind of thing, that you may not see all the time. And, you know, if they know what you're doing, like you're involved in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And it's kind of funny because, you know, I got a couple of brothers, like smart guys, college educated, business minded, you know, and yet they just can't wrap their head around the Bitcoin thing. Love them to death, but they just can't wrap their head around the Bitcoin thing. And all the time, oh, I hear Bitcoin's down. Or, oh, how's that Bitcoin doing? All right, you know, to try and bust my ass. Well, you want to know what? Bust away. I don't care. In the long term, you'll be like, or he'll be like, I should have listened. Yes, you should have listened, because I told you years ago when it was in the below 10K range, again, when it was in the teens, and probably when it was in the 20s, you know, now's a good time. And look where we are. And I'm sorry, even if, you know, that I've talked about, I think once these ETFs come into play, that it's going to change the cycle, the ups and bull and bear cycle of Bitcoin a little bit, where the bear cycle isn't going to be as pronounced. Again, my opinion, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, old guy. But it only makes sense to me when so many people are hodling Bitcoin that the volatility due to trading and so on will be just less. So these 85% drawbacks that have been the average, I guess, on Bitcoin in various cycles, I don't see it. But again, not financial advice. You got to do your own damn research. But here we go. More positive news with the next listing on the DTCC website for, in this case, Galaxy Digital. Okay, or for Galaxy. All right. Wants more positive news? Wants more reasons why this is just inevitable, in my opinion, again, this year. Here we go. No problem. Bam. I'm sorry. I keep trying to scroll it so it brings it up here. And all right. So just in. Let me bring it up full screen for you. BlackRock seeks world's largest market makers to provide liquidity for their Bitcoin ETF. Do I really gotta keep talking about that? They're already filling the bags they need to fill. And for those who were on Crypto on the Rocks last week, Brian from Tiny Crypto Blog, again, link to his YouTube channel in the description below. You should be following him. Go give him some love. Had a bunch of different potential hypotheses about how they could continue funding this, and stuff I hadn't even really thought about. So go ahead back and watch that. But here you go. You've got the CEO of the largest fund on the planet looking at other market makers to basically help fund their spot Bitcoin ETF. Is that not bullish? Is that something that just don't make sense to you? I don't know. Don't get it. Don't get it. Don't get it. Why people don't see the writing on the wall. And again, I get it that a lot of people are just trying to survive, you know, the way things are, the economy, and yeah, thanks to this. Okay, sorry, gotta watch myself a little bit. Maybe Friday night we'll start, amping it up a little bit, because why not? That's what that's for. But anyway, I get it. People are just trying to survive, trying to get by, trying to like keep their families roof over their head and food on the table, clothes on their back. I get it. I get it. I get it. But they're struggling more and more. I mean, you go into the grocery store, you're spending more, you're getting less. You go to the pump and you're just like paying what, more than twice, almost 3 times in some states what you were paying just 3 years ago. And they're busy with that mindset, but yet here's the possibility of being able to help change the direction for your family and so on, and they just miss it. They just miss it. And to that end, I want to have you watch this interview from CNBC. Hang on one second. I got to actually bring that up. Whoops. Wrong buttons, live stream, screw ups. Yay. All right, here we go. So I'm going to play this. It's not long. It's like maybe a minute and a half. I'll bring it up full screen for you. Give it a listen. Understand what this guy is saying here and how at the end, because they're trying to get him to basically say that T-bills, treasury bills, are still the flight to safety for everybody and investors. And you know how we had Larry Fink come out and say that, again, to be clear, he did say treasuries, gold, and Bitcoin were flights to quality. And they're basically trying to get this guy to say that it's, the treasuries, that's the flight to quality, screw everything else. And at the end, he's coming out basically saying, but they're not what they used to be because, now there's Bitcoin. So I want to get you to listen to this real quick. Again, about a minute and a half, and then we'll wrap it up here a little bit. So let's bring that up and listen.
I'll give you a couple of points of pushback on that. First of all, people are reluctant to be buyers. Governments are reluctant to be buyers unless they look at the potential for conflict around the globe. Geopolitics may dominate and push them to a position where they say, we're looking for a safe haven. The U.S. Treasury is still going to be that, correct?
It should be that, but let me give you some numbers. Before the conflict started in the Middle East, the 10-year Treasury was at 480. Today it's at 497. And we still face the risk of escalation of that crisis. There's been two big puzzles, and they speak to how unsettling the volatility in the US Treasury has been. One is you haven't had it been the safe haven. We haven't seen the flight to quality and the flight to safety that you would expect given what's happening in the world. The second thing that's equally counterintuitive is you have people talking about Bitcoins, about equity being the safe asset because they've lost confidence in government bonds being the safe assets because of the nature of this interest rate risk. So yes, it should be the safe haven. It should have already benefited, but the reality is that the 10-year yield today is a good 17 basis points higher than it was before this latest conflict erupted.
Whoops. So there you go. What should be the safe haven asset, the flight to quality asset, isn't anymore. It just isn't. So hopefully I've made the point with regard to what's coming. Hopefully. But let's see if there's anything else in the chat here. No worries. Nope. All right. So perfect. Then I'm going to leave it here. Will we get a notice in November about a spot Bitcoin ETF, especially after the closed door meeting tomorrow at the SEC? I don't know if it'll be November. But me, again, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, old guy interwebs. I believe that it will be before 2024. We'll follow it all here on Crypto Coin Mindset. So make sure if you are new here, you hit that subscribe button, tick that bell icon, click the all. That way you'll get notified every time I go live. Right now, live Monday, Wednesday, 10 a.m., Friday, 7 p.m. for Crypto on the Rocks. You got to join me for that. You got to join me. You got to. Got to. Anyway, okay. And you know what? A couple of other things. You want to know what's going on all the time. Make sure you sign up for the newsletter. The description. There it is. There. The link is in the description below of this live stream. Sign up. That way you get notified every time I go live. You get all of my updates and so on and so forth automatically. So go ahead, link in the description below. Sign up to the newsletter. And if you're going to follow me, I'd appreciate it if you give me some support on all my social media outlets. And you can find all my official, because boy, oh boy, scammers everywhere. And I'm just a teeny channel where crypto is concerned. So go to Cointree, COINTREE, tr.ee/CCM and find all of my official social media outlets. All right, that's going to do it. I appreciate you being here. I hope the rest of your week goes well. I'm about to go DCA into last week's list for Crypto on the Rocks. So again, make sure you join me Friday, 7 p.m. every Friday, but this Friday, 2 more days, 7 p.m. for Crypto on the Rocks. I appreciate it. You all have a great rest of your week.